G'day everyone, so I've got something a bit different for you today. How many videos do I have to start with that? But we're going to be looking at some cheap motorbike leathers. So basically this is the set here. I got it made in Pakistan. Before I did this, I did so much looking for reviews, information and stuff about them, and there are a few comments of people saying they got them made in Pakistan. Pakistan's a pretty big country, and when you look it up, there's no information on where it's from. So these were made by IQAA Sports, and I'll put a link in the description. They were really good to deal with, so I was pretty worried to start with, but the reason I chose them was I messaged a whole bunch of people, like companies over there, and said, are you happy for me to pay half, make my design, and then I'll pay the other half, just to sort of know that someone was making it and they weren't going to run off? These guys were happy to do that, so I'd trust them 100% now to just send the money over for another one. But we'll start taking a closer look at it. So I'm hoping it's not too echoey in here. I've got the jacket on the couch, so here's my design that I sent them. I pretty much just emailed them and said, can you make me this? And they said yes. So I sent them this picture you see here, plus all the logos separately, and I'll put it all on and we'll have a look at it. But from a looks point of view, they got it all pretty bang on. If I had to pick anything, the logos are all a little bit smaller than what I drew, but that's not a big issue. So going into the construction of it, the reason I went with Pakistan over a lot of other places, you'll see people like Dainese and Alpine Stars and all that, they get all their stuff made in Pakistan because leather is one of Pakistan's, like I think it's their number 2 or number 3 biggest export. So they have a huge leather market. So if it's going to be made of leather, there's a good chance that the leathers come from Pakistan. So they obviously know what they're doing, and all those big companies get it made there. So there's obviously places there that know what they're doing, but at the same time there'll be places that don't. But it was a safe guess. There were people getting stuff like this from China, and it was like fake pleather because China can make plastic stuff cheap. But I was guessing Pakistan wouldn't get the plastic as cheap as they get actual leather because that's their thing. So it does, and it does. It's leather. It's thick. It feels. I'm not a leather expert. It feels like full grain leather, not the half cut like thin fashion leather. It smells like real leather. I'm confident that it's real leather. There's a good video on a set of cheap Amazon leathers. I'll put the video in the description. It's really long, but they cut it up and sent it away for abrasion testing, and the leather itself held up really well. So the problem with a custom, or not a custom suit, but a suit like this that's multiple colors, is the red is not stuck on top of the white, it's separate pieces. So depending on how well they've joined these together, these could all be tear sections. So I'll look at this side here first. They're all double stitched like they should be. So it's hard to see on the camera, but you can see this joint here. It's been stitched, it's been folded over, stitched, and then stitched again, and then on the inside I can see that it's been stitched twice. These ones here could have been a bit suspect, because as you can see, where's the camera? There's no double row of stitching, but that's because they've done the double row. I don't know if you can see it. They've done the double row. They've done the double row on the insides. There's the green. There's the double stitched piece of white where it's folded over, and then that's the inside of this perforated white bit. So from a stitching construction point of view, that all looks good. In the areas where it needs to be stretchy, it's got this stretchy fabric. This is not abrasion resistant at all, which is why it's only on the inside of the armpits and the insides of the arms. The areas on the outside where you need stretch, but you also need abrasion resistance for rubbing on the road, is the leather, but the leather's pleated with elastic stitched through it, so that should all wear properly. They haven't cheaped out and put elastic here instead of leather or anything. These logos, I've had a wear of this. I've crashed twice wearing it already, so I'll show you on the pants where it's had some wear. These are just a printed logo that's stuck on there, or stitched on. So really, as soon as you slide along the ground, this is going to wear off, but I'm pretty sure a lot of the other ones would be like that anyway, and it's not really the end of the world if the logos wear off. You mainly don't want your arms wearing off. So as far as sliding along the ground, it looks good. We'll flip it over. The back is the same. Anywhere there's joints has been double stitched. When I bought it, he sent me this like sheet and filled out all my dimensions, so I'll post that in the picked video. It also had options for how big you want this hump on the back, and of course I said give me the biggest one. Whether I want punched leather, and I said yes, give me as much of that as possible, because most of the riding here is in summer and it's hot in Australia. I was super impressed when I took this out for a ride how cool it was. I was wearing it like just walking around to get some photos and stuff on it, and I was sweating my ass off, and I was thinking this is going to suck once I actually go for a ride in summer. But as soon as you start moving, the air blows in through all these little holes that are punched here, sort of around through the jacket, and then out these big exhaust ones on the back, and it does a really good job of being nice and cool. So I can't really show you. If you hold it up to the light, you can see through all these little punched pieces. So as far as the punched leather goes and the construction of it, everything looks good. The zips are branded as YKK. So YKK is a good zip brand. YKK is the largest zip manufacturer in the world. Whether they're YKK zips or not, you could argue, but they do say YKK on them, so we'll go with that. There's a little pocket on the inside. I didn't ask for this, they just put it in there, and it's got like, you can see there's the normal lining, and then this has its own separate lining, so it doesn't have little holes or anything in it. So that's the only pocket that's on it. There's no pocket in the pants or anything, but I'm assuming you just ask them, like, hey, can you stitch your pocket into it, and they'll just do whatever you ask, because this whole thing was made exactly how I wanted it. The next thing to look at is the armour. There's these, which are more for show than they are for anything. They're just plastic, really. And I paid an extra $25 for CE rated armour. Now I was pretty confident it's not going to make a freaking difference, but I thought I'll gamble it, my $25 to see what happens. These are the armour pads. They are stamped with the CE logo, and it says type AS EYEN blah 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 blah. Basically, that means that it's been tested as a shoulder pad, a knee pad, and an elbow pad. It is 2 different densities of foam. There's the light grey stuff, which is like a stiffer stuff, and you can see there's a thicker bit of it in the middle, and then the grey stuff, which is softer. I'll probably keep the elbow ones, but might ditch the... No, I'll keep the shoulder ones, I might ditch the elbow ones and put some proper ones in there. It didn't say it came with a back protector. It also didn't actually say which protectors it came with, but it didn't come with a back protector. However, as you can see, this is the Velcro pouch for it here. There's a space in there, but I'm not worried about that in the slightest because I want to put a D30 back protector in it, a half decent one, and I will probably swap these out because none of them are stitched in. They're all just in little Velcro pockets, so I'd save my $25, ditch the foam ones it comes with, and put better ones in it. I think that is as much as we've got to look at on the suit. I'll drag the pants over, we can have a look at those. So I've got the pants here. The pants, same construction as the suit. They're all double stitched. Anywhere where there's bits joining together, they've been stitched. Like if it's a coloured joint, they've been stitched double on the inside. If they're a not coloured joint, they're on the outside. We've got the same stretchy fabric in non-wear areas, and then areas where we need stretchiness and it's a wear area, they've put the stitched leather in. I did also check that this has been double stitched on the inside as well, because I thought maybe they'd skip that on the stretchy bit because it was too hard, but it's not. The sleeves and the end of the pants have the a zip because you wouldn't actually fit your foot through it, and then the zips have all got the stuff on the inside so the zip doesn't rub on your legs. Just notice they've got a whole bunch of extra dye on the inside of that, but it doesn't really make a difference. The knee sliders are like standard Velcro on ones, so once you wear through them you can just stick whatever brand ones you prefer on. I crashed twice wearing these, like little crashes. I was just screwing around. The leather looks like it's wearing normally. It'll wear the dye off it, and then it's going to wear the logos off, because like I said, they're just printed and then stitched on. But that holds up like real leather. If it was pleather, it wouldn't look like that. So that's good. It's had minor crash testing. The pants obviously zip to the top because you don't want the top to slide up. I had the option when I ordered them. Do I want a 2-piece, 1-piece, just the jacket, just pants, and you just tell them I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, and they make it all to fit. So that was awesome. It's 2-piece because I want to be able to wear just the jacket if I'm out on my scooter with my riding jeans on, and then I want to be able to wear the whole thing if I'm not. The leg ones, the pad is much bigger. It's not the standard one, and it's got the same thing. There's a Velcro. I'm not going to pull it out because they're a pain to get back in. It's the same grey and white foam. There's a Velcro piece up here that lets it come out, and the knee ones also have a plastic piece on them like what's on the shoulders, but it's inside. So what I might do is I'll chuck it on and we'll have a look at the fit of everything. Alright, so it's pretty difficult to get on. Well, not pretty difficult, but it's hard to pull on, which is about right. If you ever want one of these suits, they're stitched in such a way that you're sort of in the bike sitting position. So my arms, if I relax them, they want to stay like this, and then my legs, you can see it's all bunched up if you stand normally. So they have all made it to the correct shape where if you're in a bike sitting sort of position, it's comfortable in that place, it doesn't all bunch up. Everything stretches in the right spot, it feels right. It's like pretty much brand new, so they take a little bit of breaking in, but it all fits good. The fit is probably the thing I'm most impressed about with this. Like the colours are good, everything came out alright, the construction's okay, but the fact that the fit is pretty much 100% bang on, just going off of dimensions I've sent them with no actual test fitting, is pretty awesome. So you can see there's no, like, it's not, if I'm in the position, you can see it's not particularly baggy anywhere. It's all like a nice tight closed in fit. There's two foam pads here as well, which are just the same foam as the other bits. I wouldn't bother with the foam protectors in them. As you can see now, like I was saying, all the elastic bits have only been used in areas that shouldn't be really sliding on the ground, and all the bits where you'll hit the ground and slide is all the correct leather and then the correct stretchy leather where necessary. The top is zipped to the pants now, so the idea is if you slide along, the top doesn't lift up, but that'll depend on whether you ask them for a two-piece or a one-piece suit. You can probably see the stickers, or the logos on it are smaller than what I have done in my drawing, but I don't know, for the price you can't complain. So I'm sure if you're watching this, you probably already looked at how much custom suits are. Custom suits like this, 100% custom, are like 3,000-4,000 Australian dollars, and this one was 400 Australian dollars, including the $25 I spent for the extra armour and including postage, which was like 4 days or something. It's pretty awesome. So the biggest thing is, would I trust this riding? Absolutely. I've already crashed with it twice. It's been fine. I just skid on the ground and go oops and then try again. For your track bike that you're going to be doing 300 kilometers an hour in, I probably wouldn't trust it. Or at least I wouldn't trust it until I've crashed it a few times. I wouldn't be going crazy with it. But for my scooter and for my bike, which hasn't arrived yet, so if you guys want to see my bike on the channel, it should be here within a month. I'm importing it myself. It's the smallest street legal race bike ever built pretty much, so I'm really keen to see that. Make sure you've got a subscribe to keep up to date, because that's going to be really cool. But I'll trust it on that because that's only a little bike, it's not super fast. Same with the scooter. If you were just going to get the jacket or whatever, I'm very impressed with the fit. The armour sucks, don't bother. I'm impressed with the look, the colours bang on, the shape's bang on. It's all cut from scratch. So yeah, hopefully this has given you a better idea of how these sort of Pakistan suits are made. Because like I said, I was looking into trying to get information about these and I can't find it anywhere. It doesn't, everyone just says Pakistan suit, and then you get like oh, my mate's mate had one and it was crap and blah, blah, blah. So first hand, here it is. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll make sure I read them to ask. So in summary, 100% I would recommend one. I'd give the fit a 9 out of 10. I'm super impressed with the fit. The look, probably 7 out of 10. The colours are all bang on. The shade of the colour is right. The shape is right. It all matches up. When it's zipped together and everything, all that's good. The logos all look bright, look nice. They're a bit smaller, so that's where it loses a few points. It's fine there. The armour, 2 out of 10, probably 3 out of 10. It feels like it. Like I've had plenty of stuff with proper armour, like mountain bike gear and stuff like that. It's not great, but it'll be all right if you were just going for something cheap. But spend the extra $100, swap it out for good stuff. So hopefully you liked the video, hopefully you've got some information that you couldn't find before about these cheapo suits, because I know I couldn't find any. If you want to see the race bike on the way from Japan, it should be here soon. I'm super keen for that, so make sure you subscribe to see that. I'm aiming for 10,000 subscribers, that's the next big goal. So if you can help me get there, that'd be awesome. I'll see everybody on the next video, hopefully you like this one, and thank you very much. Goodbye. Meet.